My name is Boniface Were. I'm a young man who graduated from Kenyatta University. I started WEPRO CBO. WEPRO CBO means we are professional. So it's a CBO that basically this is solving problems within the community by use of sports. Our main key target is training, where we train kids as young as under 10, under 13, under 18, and also senior team, and also the ladies team. So I started the WEPRO CBO with an aim and a material factor of that. I got a scholarship that enabled me to finish my high school level and also campus through the scholarship through the sports after a tournament that took place in Pumwani, Karioko. So I gave a pledge to myself and the promise that I'll also take other people to school after I've gotten to a point that I can now stable, so that other people who are also talented in certain sports can also access education, just like me. Locally, I do. I'm a softball fan. Then abroad, I support. I'm a Chelsea fan. Of course, blue is the color, and the blue is the way. So I like the team since kind of industrious and it's visionary in its goals. So WEPRO and football are related in the fact that WEPRO is an organization, a community-based organization, but what brings us together as a community and as members is the sports aspect. We have 4 pillars in it. We have education, mentorship, community service, and training. But training is the key component that brings all these people together. In that, through training, we assemble all these kids together, all these people around the community together. So, using our training is now where you can conduct all this community service together, and also the education aspect. So, the training has to be there. It's the core component, and it brings us together when we train. Since from there now, through trainings, now we identify those who are talented in certain sports, then we can also give them some other favors such as education. I think when we first began, when I still had the young kids who couldn't manage to play the senior team level, we had very few boys and had to come in and also mix in because, as we know, in any league match, a coach is also allowed to play. So I could also fit myself in. I've played as a winger, role number 7, wing attack, and also played as a right back. That's defensive. The social aspect that maybe focus on mainly, I think as we started, we wanted to enhance interaction and the mingling of the young kids and the community people around, because we saw that there was kind of enmity between people, and we took sports as a unifying factor where people can come together, interact and socialize, and also exchange ideas. Another social aspect was the fighting of drugs, because I think we also had some players who had engaged in drugs users before, but in coming together, training and helping them realize their goal and their potential dreams, they had to quit such behaviors and adapt to what's supposed to be done. Socially also, we were able to also to curb waste and the crime factor. I remember when we came to this ground at first place, it was kind of so bushy, and the youth were idle and sitting around doing nothing. So crime rate also got reduced in this place, and as you can see, so many teams are now flocked in this field who are able to train now. We came as an example and a copy from the rest of the people. So through that, I think the community now, there is peace, and everyone can now focus on development projects. Some of the projects that, as per now, that we have able to, or have tried engaging are several. One was the girls' sanitary usable towels, where we had to sew some of them, and we sold some of them to some communities that maybe don't get access to sanitary pads, while some we also donated to some other parts like maybe say Kajiado, those semi-arid and arid parts of Kenya. We also had a project where a player had to feed themselves, a feeding program. So the feeding program was enabled through selling of ice creams during match games, where each player could rotatingly sell ice creams on a weekend basis and then stabilize themselves financially. That has really helped. We also had a project where we brought people together seeking development, such as tree planting. We have done several times in Kajiado County, where we come together, do seeding and also buying of plants. Then we do the planting of trees during the rainy season in some of the dry parts of Kenya. The challenges are so many in that I think for any group that comes to be in any ground or any community, challenges are so many. And our key challenge, I think, as I talked before, is drug usage among the youth and the kids around. So through that, I think we've gone around our ward, our area, and have now tried to sensitize the community on the dangers of using drugs. And instead, you can use that time to nurture their talents and use. Another challenge, which is more demanding, is the financial challenge. Most organizations don't find the key finance, the required finance amount they need to maybe conduct or take over the activities. I think our CBO is comprised of young youth who are just graduated into society, and they find this very challenging. So they have to sacrifice the little they get, maybe from what they hustle in their job place, or whatever people can raise in the community. So through that, I think financially we have tried to get maybe some scholars, some sponsors, some well-wishers who come, maybe timely or maybe monthly. They come donate something for the boys or to the kids, maybe for the feeding program, for what the kids need to wear, the jerseys, the balls. So we depend on well-wishers, and on that we have also conducted some fundraising events here annually to raise something, also to stabilize, because all the activities that we do needs proper organization. Another challenge is parent access and permit. When you get kids as young as 10 years old, it's always very hard to convince parents raising these kids to the society and trusting them on someone they have not known before. And some parents tend to hid and maybe protect their kids on coming to the ground. Another challenge I would say is the early pregnancies and maybe early pregnancy and marriages for the girls, because since we have a girls team, then some girls maybe they'll play or engage in these activities after some time, then they give up, maybe due to some pressure that is around, so they give up. Some are married at an early age, some end up getting pregnant, because again in the game we also have people of different mannerisms, which at our level it's also hard to prevent. But so far so good. We are doing our best. We have mentoring sessions where we sit all these guys, they come together, we educate them on how they're supposed to grow and what's good for them in terms of growth, and also the social being aspect of what they're supposed to live. We have different people in our community, and one is the leaders that we have. These are the political leaders that we have around. Sometimes also we bring them on board so that they can legalize what we do, and also they should be able to know what we do that is safe for the community growth and for the people, and as well as the people that we deal with. The chief, the chief, and also we have the local MCA, like the current, the outgoing MCA was very supportive, and he really helped us so much in our growth, and we accessed so many things that through him. Some like certification that we got from him. We wanted to get to higher offices to acquire some information. Also, we also engage with the local churches around, because we do mentorship. So we go to these churches also and meet the youth and the young ones there. Also, we talk to them on how they're supposed to live, and also on how they can connect their talents, also with their spiritual belief. Sometimes also we conduct sports events for the churches, where we bring all these churches together. We conduct like a seminar where we have now sports activities, including team building, and through that now we also solve a lot of issues that come to. I'll pick my best restaurant as Tam Tam restaurant, just here in Cairo. It's just a medium kind of restaurant, because the owner also supports us in a way. He gets us some balls that he need, and also some jerseys. Like recently, he got us some jerseys. He does well. Mungara and Joki, thank you so much. You have done so great for us, and Tam Tam restaurant will grow wings, and we hope in the future it will become a 5-star hotel. Yeah. I think for the goals, we have so many goals we have achieved. I think as we started as an unknown entity. Now currently we are certified. We have a certificate from the Juja CDF and the Protection House. We also have we have won trophies, we have won tournaments from the as low as young kids to senior team. We started the league 2021, sub-county league, the county league. Now you're currently in the regional league, where now the real football now starts. And it's really motivating that the kids and the young adults are really doing good and they're happy. We have a website that now manages whatever we do, so that you can also help us also raise some money also for self-dependency. We have taken kids to school. I think the first kid we sponsored when we started this program is now at Moi University doing Bachelor of Education, and we still have some with us. Currently, some 3 are in Form 4, some have already left. So we have done feeding programs. So we do a lot of things here, not only just about training. And we hope that in future the best will come. So for the future project, I think our main goal and our last vision goal was to have a soccer academy where we can only sponsor kids. We can sponsor kids who are talented. We have a school where they come and learn. We have teachers on the ground who teach them, and then they will have time to go practice different sports, not only in soccer. But mainly we do soccer because resources are also minimal. So we tend only to focus on one item so that now we don't become obsolete. So that's our main vision goal, our end point, where we can have a school where we only take talented kids in different sports, educate them freely, and as well also train their nature, their talents for future and greener pastures. Yeah. Let's say for a day or maybe for a week, if I had that power, then I could build a big stadium around this way I'm standing right now, and I could also have well installed and well furnished with everything else. And I could also ensure that the boys that we train here are well marketed, not only here but also abroad. We have moments that we work the day, and I think the most memorable moment was when we had a soccer camp in Kajedo, and then we had to go swimming in Pararo. So the Pararo, those kinds of there are pool of waters that when rain falls, then it becomes large and so muddy. So we had a swimming competition there, and by the time we were done, everyone looks almost cramped like a crocodile. So it was kind of a funny moment anyway. So yeah. Yeah, I think to the community there, nothing is impossible because the word itself says impossible. So I think we are heading in the right direction, and we are not losing hope. I think for us, we are young youths that have come together to raise the community to another level, and we are not giving up very soon. And as you can see, we are progressing bit and bit, and we are hoping in 2 years, 3 times we'll be in Division 1 and SL there, or as well maybe market or sell some of our players maybe to hire to greener pastures, maybe for good teams, that way they can get well paid, and as well also come back and also give back the community by cropping and also developing other talents. So dedication and sacrifice. What I can say about the team that we have around, they really sacrifice a lot. They pop in whatever they have in their pockets to make things run. We don't cry or maybe lament about our financial stability, but through coming together, that brotherliness, that brotherhood brings all these people together, and we are happy. We don't have much, but we are happy on what we do. And when you have people who are willing to give, then something big comes out of that. So we are big-hearted, and we hope with time, it's all well, then we'll move mountains, maybe in the whole of this Kiambu County and the entire country. Yeah.